First, let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Ráضى الشافعى. I'm an English teacher. I've been working in teaching for like 20 years right now. I've taught business English, academic English, and I have helped many students learn and join American universities. So I wish you all the best, and I hope you can achieve all your dreams. But first, before we go any further, can you introduce yourselves, each body here? You are going to tell me your name. Have you learned English before or taken in English courses? And why would you like to take the Ielts course? So again, I'd like you to introduce yourselves, your name, why would you like to take that Ielts course, and have you ever learned English before? Okay, who can start? Yusuf can start.
Yes, I
Okay,
am
go ahead.
a 13-year-old who has began in taking many courses. I have 19 certificates of excellence, and most of them are in English and research. I learned English before. I'm a C1 advanced student. I got 555 on my English exam, and I'm currently studying German, so I can continue my advanced learning in Berlin.
Okay, which school are you studying, in a university or a school, Yusuf?
I'm
Are you a student
studying.
in school or a university?
No, I am a student in a public school. Yeah.
Public school. Which grade are you in?
First of
Secondary
uh,
school?
first of preparatory school.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. Okay. Thanks, Yusuf. Who else? I have 11 people here around here in this meeting. So, next.
I'd like to volunteer.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm Omar Muhammad Abdul Rahim, 15 years old.
Muhammad Abdul Rahim. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm certified in B2. Also, I studied English, let's say, since I was in kindergarten, and I'm willing to get to C1 sooner or later.
And why would you like to take the Ielts course? And how? And which school are you studying in? You told me that you are studying preparatory school, I think.
Preparatory school, yeah.
Okay. So why would you like to take the Ielts course?
Well, basically, let's say that it's basically Ielts will offer you a lot of opportunities to, let's say, to have scholarships, to get in jobs. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. That's for Muhammad. Who then? Hassan. Okay. Thanks, Muhammad. Hassan, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
What I will say.
Tell us about yourself. What do you study, and why would you like to take the Ielts course?
Okay, I am Hassan, and I study in preparatory school like Omar, and I learn English to the job too. And
how old are you, Hassan?
I am 13 years old.
13 years old, yeah.
I'm in the second preparatory.
And why would you like to take the Ielts course?
To job and these things. To take
Excuse
a job.
Me again? Looking for
to
a job.
job.
Yeah,
yeah,
great. Okay, great. Okay, thanks, Hassan. Then we will have Salsabil. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. It's Salsabil with you, 17 years old from STEM school. I'm grade 12, will graduate this year. After a month, I want to take the IELTS test to because it's required for my university. I need at least 6 in the test, so it was a very pleasure for me to see that Dr. Ahmed gave me the opportunity to take this course with you, Mr. Radi. So thanks a lot.
Yes, thanks. Okay, I hope you all the best, Salsabil. You told me that you are in a STEM school?
Yeah, in STEM school, grade 12.
Right. Well, which STEM school are you in? Which city?
Okay, STEM school.
I know STEM
Okay.
school.
You know what? Okay, I'm in Beni Suef, and I hope to take Beni Suef, and I hope to graduate. I hope to enter a university
Like
in
to
Cairo.
get a scholarship.
Yeah.
You would like to get a scholarship. Yeah, I hope you all do. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Salsabil. Okay, Malik or Malak, I think. Malik.
Hello, my name is Malik. I just wanted to enter this course so I can improve my English and help me in my future career. Since I want to be a programmer and a game developer, so English will obviously help me in my career. And also, I'm 12 years old and I'm in 7th grade.
Okay, thank you very much, Malik. Who else? Who else is there? Joairia.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
Joeria.
Yes.
I'm Joeria. I love English since I was in a very young age. I love English so much, and I just entered the IELTS because I wanna improve my English too. I wanna in the future, so I wanna enter a lot of English competitions, so I can do various of activities. I love English since I was in a young age, and I actually studied a English course. I actually loved it so much, and I improved my English since was in kindergarten, and I want to improve my English when I grow up again in IELTS.
So, and how old are you right now?
I'm 13.
13.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Jory. Who else, guys? Still many people are there. Other people, please, I'd like to know who are you and why would you like to take the course. I have listened to 6 people right now, and I have in this meeting 15 people, so there are other 10 people we need to hear them or listen to them. Omar Muhammad.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Introduce yourself, Omar.
So, name is Omar Muhammad Abdurrahim, 15 years old. Mostly interested in programming, coding, and reading. I know that's a weird mix, but that's me. Also, I'm also trying to get a scholarship, and I'm confused between two. I'm confused when it comes to choosing a third language to master, or a second language to master, cause I don't consider my native tongue as a language that I've mastered, cause I've mastered it since I was a kid, or so. I'm really
Thanks.
confused
Okay.
about it.
Okay, Omar, thanks. Hagar.
Hello everyone, my name is Hagar and I think I'm the oldest one here. I'm 35 years old. I'm a mother and I really love English and I'm here so I can improve my English to help my students and no, not my students, my kids and they're studying. So thanks for this opportunity. Thanks for being here.
If your main focus here is just to help your kids, so you
Yes.
the IELTS course to help your kids?
Yes, and they're studying.
Okay, so you're not interested in taking scholarships or looking for a job or other things or immigration and with other
No.
reasons that people take IELTS for. Usually people take IELTS to take a scholarship for immigration, for looking for a job.
I know, no, just to help my student, my
Kids,
my kids.
Okay, thanks. So then we'll have, I think, Ala or Ala, maybe.
It's Ala Ahmed.
Ala.
Hello, everyone. I'm so proud and privileged to be here. I thank Dr. Ahmed for having this opportunity to be here. I'm learning IELTS to take scholarships, to help me taking scholarships or immigration. I'm in secondary 2.
No, you're in secondary 2, and your main focus here is to get a scholarship.
Of course.
Okay, Ala. Thank you very much.
Thank
Who else, guys? Mahmoud, I think. Mahmoud. Huh? Okay, we can come back to Mahmoud if he's not ready right now. Let's take Hatem.
Hello, Mr. Ahmed. I'm Hatem Kurdi from Gaza. I'm 21 years old. I'm studying software engineering from an open Al-Quds Open University.
Yeah.
I'm learning English to get a job and get a scholarships opportunity. I studying English before, and I have a Duolingo degree, and I finished with 12 level in English from Cambridge University, and have degree from it also. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much. Okay, thanks, Hatem. Mahmoud, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. It's Mahmoud Hamad. I'm 29 years old. I think
Okay. Excuse me, Mahmoud. How old are you?
29.
29. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like I'm the one of the oldest one in this class.
You are still young. You are not old. You are not old. I'm 46 years old. I'm 46 years old. You're still young.
Okay. I'm a Palestinian from Gaza. Currently living in Egypt. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a recent medical doctor. I completed my internship here maybe 3 months ago, sorry. I haven't taken any English courses before. I'm seeking to get a good grade in Ielts exam, actually to get a good scholarship and complete my study out. Yeah, that's it.
I wish you all the best, Mahmoud. Okay, thanks. Who else, guys? Who hasn't introduced himself or herself? Mariam? We have Mariam here. Mariam and Mona. Okay, Mariam. Yes, I'd like to know who is participating in this course, guys. I must know who is and why would you like to take the course. So you have to introduce yourself. Mona. Mariam or Mona? Who's ready? Neither Mariam nor Mona is ready. Okay. Who else? Okay, so you have all introduced yourselves with the exception of Mariam and Mona. Maybe once they are ready, they can introduce themselves. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we start right now our course. The most important thing for you in order to succeed in the Ielts course is to build like a
Sorry, Mr. Radi, you're on mute.
You're muted, sorry.
I think I'm not muted right now. I'm trying to share my screen, okay? What happened? Okay, no problem. So again, guys, I was saying your success in IELTS depends upon your commitment to the daily study or the daily routine you create for yourself for studying. Again, you have to stick or be committed to the daily routine of your study. If you looked at the screen here, I have suggested a daily plan, and I need all of you to stick to this plan. What are we going to do in this plan of studying? This plan is for almost 1 month. In every day you have a task to do. Your tasks are divided into four sections or 4 skills you are going to do, or 4 assignments you need to do. The first thing is to learn vocabulary. Very important for you to learn the vocabulary needed for IELTS. And the book I suggest here is called the Collins book. Collins book. Where can you get that book? That book, in fact, if you scroll down here at the end, at the bottom of this sheet, you will find the link from which you can download the vocabulary of Collins. Again, you need to study vocabulary from Collins, and this is the link. You can follow it. It's a Google Drive. You can download the book, and you have the audio of this book. Please just read the table scripts and learn the new vocabulary you get in the script there. Okay, that's the first task. Every day you need to give yourself like a lesson and do it, and check here what you learn. The second most important thing is to download or to visit 60-Minute English. Does anybody here know that that website called 60-Minute English of BBC?
Yes, I know it.
Yeah, can you just tell us anything about it? What's it about?
It's about, honestly, I see it a lot, and I see a lot of people promoting it. And basically, it's an app where it gives you vocabulary and
Yeah.
a lot of useful facts about English, and teaches you every day, but doesn't stress you. It just gives you the useful knowledge you need in 6 minutes.
Great.
Honestly,
Yes.
I think.
Yes, that's a useful and a great website and the material for you to use in order to improve your vocabulary, academic vocabulary, I mean here, and to improve your listening skills. So again, I advise you to download the application. There is a mobile application for 60-Minute English. Yes, you can study online from the browser itself, but I advise you to download the application of that 60-Minute English and study daily from it. Every day, take like a lesson and study it from 60-Minute English. And again, here down here you will find the link for 60-Minute English, and you can download it from Google Play. That's the second part here. Third, most important is the speaking topic. From the course book, I believe you have printed, you are supposed to have printed the course book. I sent the link for you in WhatsApp group. Even if you haven't printed that, you still need to take. Each day you are going to discuss a topic here in the session. Then you are going to record yourselves talking about that topic and send that for me. Where to send that? You are going to send that either on WhatsApp group, or we are going to create like a Google Classroom, and you can submit your work or assignments on Google Classroom. Again, for each day, you are going to record yourself discussing a certain topic from the course book that you are going to study in this course, and submit your assignments on either Classroom. I'm going to create Google Classroom and send you the link, or you can send that on WhatsApp group if it works. That is the third assignment. That's the third part of the daily assignments. And at the end, you need to do exercises from real listening tests. You need to do exercises from real listening. You know, in this course, I'm going to teach you speaking and listening, the 2 skills, speaking and listening. While reading and writing will be with my colleague, Mr. Muhammad. So again, the course here is divided between me and Mr. Muhammad. I'm focusing on listening and speaking, while Mr. Muhammad will be with you on reading and writing. Anyway, it's very important for you to do real tests. And the site I suggest here is a site called Jump into IELTS, and the link is down there. You go to Jump into IELTS, go to a listening test, and if you can do the whole test, that's fine. If you cannot do the whole test, at least do sections 3 and sections 4. At least do sections 3 and sections 4. If you have time to do all the tests, that will be fine, perfect. If you don't have time to do all that much, you can at least do exercises 3 and 4 from that website. Here you will find the real test is there. Okay, is it clear? And again, let me remind you, your success in IELTS and the score you would like to get depends upon how committed you are to this study plan. Any questions, guys?
You mean that these will affect my score at the end?
It will help you build your skills. It will help you build your skills. This is like a plan, a study plan for you.
Improve, right?
Yes, it will help you improve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be organized and know what to do daily, because many people do not know how to study. So this helps you what to do or what to study every day.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I do my own topics in the homework? Like, for example, speak about what I specialize in, because this will help me build my resume and portfolio.
No problem for that. But being an IELTS course, I'm focusing mainly on the repeated topics that appeared in the IELTS test. But if you would like to talk about any topic, it's up to you, no problem. But my advice for those who are going to take the real IELTS test is to try to get or talk about the repeated topics that appear in IELTS tests.
The topics are from what I noticed are always or mostly about jobs. And the topic I would like to talk about in this homework will be about jobs and portfolios.
Okay, but here you have like 30 days and it will be like 30 topics to talk about. Will you keep talking about jobs all the 30 days?
No, I would talk about different things. Like, for example, the first time I will talk about startups. The second time I would, for example, talk about business, etc., etc.
Okay, no problem. What's important here is just to record yourself giving a speech and send your speech for me on the link that we're going to create later. Okay, in order not to waste our time, we are going straight right now to we'll start with listening. We're going to do the first listening test from the book that I have sent you. Do you all have the box that I have sent for you for listening? Have you all do you have it ready, whether in your laptops or printed in paper, in hard copy, I mean?
No, because I joined the group lately.
Okay. Okay, for the IELTS listening, the test is usually, or it's almost in 4 sections: section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4. As for sections 1 and 2, these are the easiest parts. Sections 1 and 2, these are the easiest. While for section 3, you will find it's a little bit challenging and struggling. You'll struggle to do it. Section 4 is as well needs you to concentrate for a longer time. We start right now with test 1 or section 1. For section 1, usually it's about basic information like maybe a name of a person or an address, or maybe a company where a person works. So it's usually easy. But the best strategy for you here is try to precede the listening. I mean, here you try to predict the answer before listening. If you are waiting for listening to get the answer, most probably will get confused. But if you try to expect or predict what's going on, so if I was a student doing this section or this part here, I'm going to do quickly like a mind map for the question. The question is about what? It's about a bank account opening form. So here I'm warming up my mind here. I'm qualifying my mind here. It's because it's going to hear a conversation about a bank account. Again, what I'm doing here right now is I'm qualifying myself psychologically to listen or to hear a conversation about a bank account. So here that's a bank account, and they are going to ask me about a name of the account decided on. That's the name, type of the account, deposit, customer's name, date of birth, current address, space, house, South Quilly, duration of time. I need the duration, how many months is that. So I'm just skimming and skimming through the question to predict the questions and the answers. That will help you a lot when I play the audio, and you'll find it easier for you to get the answer. Okay. Also, we need the home number of the person who is going to open the account, his occupation, his job, identity, name of his, space Monica. So what's his first name, space Monica, and the account opening sum, the money, the least or the minimum money she needs to open that account. Okay. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds, only half a minute, to go through these questions yourselves before I play the audio for you. Okay, let's start.
Ielts listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings.
Can you hear the audio?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
And you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to part 1. Part 1.
You'll hear an interview conversation between a banker and a customer. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 7. Listen carefully and answer the questions 1 to 7.
Hi, can I open a bank account, please?
Sure, come on in. Make yourself at home. I'll just get some details for you. It won't take long.
Okay, right.
What kind of account do you want?
A deposit account.
Okay, I've got the application form here then. Have a look at this leaflet. We have several types.
I've decided on the one called Classic.
Good, that's fine. Can I have your full name, please?
Yes, it's Jonathan Fox. That's Jonathan.
Oh, right. Thank you. And what's your date of birth, please?
The 21st of January, 1970.
Right. Do you have another bank account in the UK?
No, not yet. This is the first one.
Okay, fine. And what is your address in the UK, sir?
10 Island House, South Quay.
That's East London, isn't it?
Yes.
Near Canary Wharf, right?
Yes, that's right.
How long have you been at your current address?
Just around 1 month, actually.
Okay, that's fine. Can I ask for a previous address?
Sure. It's flat 3, Canada House, Queen Street.
Is that all?
Yes.
That's Edinburgh, isn't it?
Yes.
Edinburgh. Okay, thank you. Do you have a daytime telephone or mobile phone number?
Yes. I think the number of my office is 0207 235 6735. Would you like my home phone number too?
Yes, please.
It's 0204 675 1222.
Lovely.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at the questions 8 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 8 to 10.
Right. What do you do for a living in the UK, sir?
I am working at an English language school in central London as a tutor. It's my main job.
Okay. Now we usually ask for a piece of information for checking your identity, for security reasons, if you phone us.
Sure.
What name is your mother's first name? Because it's less likely to be known.
Okay, it's Monica.
Thank you.
Yes, Monica. It's Russian.
Okay, good. And how much would you like to open your account with?
I've only brought £1,000.
Okay, fine. How often would you like to receive bank statements?
I won't be needing bank statements. What about an online banking service?
Okay, just a moment, please. Can I check in the box on the screen?
Sure. I was also wondering about a mortgage service.
Sure. Can you just wait a moment? I'll introduce you to a mortgage marketing manager.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, that was the first part, and it was the easiest part of the listening test. So I'd like to check answers with you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Number 6, I didn't quite catch that. I think
Okay,
it's flat 3.
Let's do them in order. Let's do them in order, starting from number 1. What was the first word? Who could get it?
Classic.
Classic.
Classic. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Classic. He needs a classic account. And the customer's name?
Jonathan
Fox.
Jonathan Fox.
Usually, whenever they give any proper noun, a name of a person or a name of a thing, they spell it. So take care of the spelling. Yes, he will say Jonathan, but it's not easy for you to catch or get or to write the name. So usually they will spell it for you. So be careful. Jonathan, yes. Jonathan Fox. And date of birth?
21st January.
21st of January 1970.
Yeah, it was 1970 already there. So it was the 2nd, 3rd of January.
January 21st.
Yes. Sorry, 21st. Sorry. Not 2nd. (21st of January). Good. And the current address?
Island, 10 Island House, South Square.
Yes, good job. Island House. And the duration of time there?
1 month.
1 month. Yes. The address?
Flat 3, Canada House, Queen Street, Edinburgh.
What's called the Queen Street? And take care here.
Queen
Take care here, whenever you write any proper nouns, you have to capitalize the first letter. If you do not capitalize the first letter, it will be marked incorrect for you. Take care of that. So here again, when you write the name of Jonathan, the first letter must be capitalized, otherwise it will be marked incorrect. Take care of that. Queen Street, yes. And the home number?
0204 675
0204
6,
6, 7,
6,
5,
7.
1,
5,
3,
1.
2. 3
Yes,
twos.
yes, good job. And the occupation?
English tutor.
Yes, good job. Yes, tutor, yes. English teacher or tutor, yeah. And who was called Monica?
His mother.
His mother.
Mother.
Yes,
His
his
mother's
mother.
first name.
Yeah. And what was the minimum money that he needs to the
1,000.
account?
1,000 pounds.
1,000.
Yes, that was the answers, and good job for that. Okay, let's move on to the second section. It will be still easy, but it will be a little bit more difficult, but more or less sections 1 and 2 are easy. Okay, for section 2 here, you are going to have a question and you need to find the answer. Before we go or we do or play the audio here, let's go through the questions first and at least to get an idea about what's going on, what's going to happen. If you have time to read the question and the choices or the options, that's okay. If you don't have time, if you find yourself running out of time and you don't have time to read all of that, at least read the question itself, the STEM question itself. At least read the STEM question itself. For question 11, it's about the Elizabeth House. Here, it's about a house called the Elizabeth House. Jonathan Owen bought the house in 1965 as it was built in a way of what? Again, if you can read fast, you can read these options quickly. If you don't have time to do that, at least read the question itself, which is Jonathan Owen bought the house in 1965 as it was built in the way of what? A way of what? Again, for question 12, Jonathan Owen has been employed in the University of Canterbury as he was employed in the university as what? Headmaster or head carpenter. What was his job there? Jonathan Owen succeeded in his business so much, but he suffered from what? What is the thing is that he suffered from? Where did he gather his building material from, and where he got the material he used for building? Where did he get this material from? Did he get it from the local area, from the garden, from the backyard? Where exactly did he do that? Again, for the first part of section 2, read the questions quickly and try to predict the answer. Again, when you do that, you are preparing your mind for the information that you are going to receive, and that will be a lot easier for you to get the answer. Okay, let's play the audio.
That is the end of part 1. You now have 1 minute to check your answers to part 1.
In this minute that you have to check answers for part 1, you can go through or move quickly to section 2 and read it quickly.
Okay. Meine Name ist der Schlüssel. Oh.
Part 2.
You'll hear a tourism program, the Elizabeth House. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now listen carefully and answer the questions 11 to 14.
Hi everybody, good to see you again. This morning I'll tell you about the Elizabeth House in Canterbury, once home of the famous carpenter Jonathan Owen. He bought the house in 1965, although he had first seen it 5 years earlier. Actually, he was interested in the house as a traditional flat in England, and he paid £5,000 for it without a second thought, because of it having standard and regulation building methods during the Middle Ages in the UK. At that time, he had worked at the University of Canterbury as a head carpenter who managed with a small building company. His professional success was abundant, but his family life wasn't so successful. His parents had suffered from diabetes and mental disease, and his brother Dan was ill with pneumonia. Moving to Elizabeth House, he started his new life. Jonathan considered the home a pure example of traditional East England country house and did some of his successful building structure work here. The backyard and garden of the house became calm and peaceful. The materials used to make the wall, chimney and roof were collected from the local area. Most of all, oak trees were in the front of the main gate.
Before you hear...
Okay, before we do the second part of section 2, let's check your answers here. For
C?
Yes, for
B.
question 11, the right answer was C, traditional Middle Ages of Britain. And what was his job in
B.
when he joined the University of Canterbury? He was a carpenter. Yes, was carpenter. And what did he suffer from?
A.
Personal disease.
B.
Yeah. Yes, C or A?
No,
B.
A.
Okay. Can someone of you tell me what was his real suffering? What did he suffer from?
Me.
And it's diabetes.
Again, forget about the answers, guys. Forget about the answers. You just tell me when you listen, when you hear the conversation, what did that person suffer from in his family? What was their problem?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Yes, some of his family members were diabetes, and they had like some sickness or illness. So diabetes and sickness and illness, these are private household affairs.
Yes.
These are not public relations.
Personal diseases were in his family, not him.
It was for his family, for the household. Yes, not for him.
Yes.
He was not sick. That person was not sick, but the problem was in his family members. That's why we choose household affairs. Okay, it's not related to him. Okay, and where did he gather the material from?
The local
area.
From the local area. From the local areas.
Get them from the garden, since the quiz said it was peaceful, and he wouldn't chop trees if it was peaceful.
Yeah, and then I got it from the local area. Okay, then we move to the second part. Here, what is the strategy to follow when you do these fill in blanks? What should we do? Let's discuss how to deal with a question like that.
Maybe expect the answer first.
You have to expect the answers. And what is the strategy that help you expect it or predict the answers?
Reading from the context.
Here you have to pay special attention to what goes before the blank and what goes after the blanks. So for number 15, for example, here it says sun rainbow was designed by Owen the brother who had studied. So here it's a study, a kind of a study is here. I expect a kind of a study here. It will be something related to study. It may be chemistry, physics, whatever, a kind of a study in Paris. So for number 15, for blank 15, I'm on the watch out for a kind of a study in Paris. For 16, there is a tree with 2,000 years old near the entrance. A tree. What kind of information is missing here?
Something related to the trees.
That's a kind of a tree.
Okay, maybe number of them, maybe kind of them.
A kind of what? A kind of a tree.
Trees.
Yeah. Kind of. So I'm looking for a kind of a tree here. And 16.
Scientifically, oak trees last the longest. So I think in high probability it's an oak tree.
There's an old tree?
In an oak tree. In a high probability, I think it's an oak tree since it lasts the longest.
Okay, but anyway, there is a space tree. A space tree with 200. A space tree that like an indicator. It's a kind of a tree. Okay, for 17, you can find the shops between the bath and. So here it is a shop. The bath of the shop. The shop is located between two things.
Yeah.
Between the bath and what?
A place.
Maybe a bath and entrance. Maybe a bath and a gate. Maybe a bath and a hole. So for 17, I'm looking for the location of the shop. Okay. For 18, in the snack bar, you will be able to take rest. What can you do in the snack bar? Take rest on what? What do you think in a snack bar? What can we do? In a snack bar, what do usually people do there?
Some food,
Yeah,
maybe
some food,
drinks.
meal, food, drinks. Yeah, that's it. It will be a kind of food or drinks. And yeah, guys, hold on here. What we are doing right now is just we're practicing prediction. We're predicting the answers. Okay? But this kind of prediction helps you find or reach the right answer. Through space, there is a beautiful walk in
the garden.
Yeah, that's a place here. That's a place. Maybe through the garden, maybe through. It's a place here where you find a beautiful walk.
The park, maybe.
Maybe. Both space and grapes are local products. Grapes and local products. Here it says and grapes. So here it will something related to grapes.
Fruits.
Maybe.
It's a fruit.
Something related to grapes are the local products that are promoted and marketed every year with a variety of events.
Maybe berries.
Okay. So that is a kind of prediction or strategy we follow when we do fill in these blanks. You have to predict, look what goes before, what goes after the blank, and predict the kind of the missing answer. Okay, clear? Let's listen.
Near the rest of the program, you have some time to look at the questions 15 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
As you go up the path, there's the rose garden on your right, and you will find to your left an area which has interesting types of sunflower, as well as some lovely carnation. It is known as the sun rainbow and was designed by his brother Dan, who had studied gardening arts in Paris. The next destination is the Japanese footbridge, with exotic Asian mountain plants and fruit growing on it. Follow the path round to the second corner, and on your left you will see the entrance to the pear tree with its 200-year-old branches. Go through the path until you've reached the front of the house. Now I'll give you a couple of hours to wander around this lovely building. Your tour guide will introduce and explain about its history and viewpoints to you. If you need to buy any of Jonathan's handbooks or other souvenirs, you can enter the house where you'll find the shop, which is located between the path and the watermill. I expect by this time you may also be in need of a rest and some refreshments from the snack bar. If you have a break, there is a lovely walk down towards the River Cotton. This is the best view for visitors. You can cross the field which spreads along the path close to the windmill. In autumn, this area will open a small event or festival which is definitely worth a visit. It is familiar a good place for growing strawberries. Every season, most of the residents are ready to make local produce. Also, the local council helps to improve the grape festival by promoting and marketing it through online and offline methods. Last year, around 100 tons of grapes were harvested and sold at the city mall. We'll now have a good chance to see an orchard behind the house.
Okay. That person studied what in Paris?
Gardening art.
Gardening art.
Gardening art.
Gardening
Yes.
art.
Gardening
اللي هي المهارات
art.
المهنية يعني.
Gardening art. For 16, there what was the tree?
Pear tree.
Pear tree. Yes, pear tree.
That is the end of part 2. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers.
That was pear tree. Yes. For the best, the best of the shop was between what?
Watermelon.
Water. Yeah, it was a watermill. Watermill. For 18, get what? What did you get? No,
I get
it
something.
no, it was not snacks. No.
Something to eat.
What was that? He said that.
Something
said
to
the-
eat.
Fresh
No,
something.
refreshments.
Refreshment.
Yes, you can get refreshments.
Like what?
I said you can get something to eat or refreshments. He said on the snack bar you will be take a rest or get
So I said
refreshment.
something to eat, and that was correct.
Okay, something to eat. How many words is something to eat? Something to eat, 3 words. Isn't that? And here, if we looked at the instructions there, it will be like just fill in with 1 word.
Or 2 at maximum.
Something edible.
Something to eat, that's 3 words.
Something edible.
Okay, did you hear the word edible? Or just this is a kind of paraphrasing you are doing?
Paraphrasing.
Do not do paraphrasing. You have to stick to the word you listen.
Okay.
So here it was refreshments. And through there is a beautiful walk. Through what?
Strawberry.
River cotton. River cotton. That was the toughest word to get. But you know, here for this kind of questions in the listening here, you have questions which is targeting. You have questions which are targeting people who would like to get a score of 4 or 5, and you have also questions targeting people who would like to get 9 out of 9. So it will be almost I don't say like to say impossible, but it will be really hard, really difficult, really challenging to get the questions which are targeting people who would like to get 9 out of 9. So take it easy. Take it easy. Yes, you will find something that's impossible for you to get, and that's okay, no problem. That one was river cotton. And both, he talked about 2 kinds of fruit, grapes and what?
Strawberry.
Yeah, strawberry. Strawberry.
He also mentioned orchards in the
okay, but orchard is not a kind of a product. This is not a local product, and it's not a kind of tree.
Oh.
Take care.
It's a flower. It's a flower.
I understood.
It was a strawberry. He talked about strawberry and grapes as local products, promoted every year. Okay, I'm going to send you the audio again, and you can listen to it again at home. I'm going to send the audio itself for you, and you can listen again to it at home. You can do the same test again at home. And also, I'll send you for you the tape script itself, the tape script of these dialogues or these conversations. I'll send you the tape script itself to read at home. Okay?
Okay.
Move on to section 3, which is a little bit more challenging than sections 1 and sections 2. Complete the table. Write no more than 2 words and or a number in each gap. What does it mean? What does it mean when he says write no more than 2 words and or a number? How do you
So you can
that.
So you can type one number and one word, or two words and no numbers, or two numbers and no words.
In fact, you cannot write two numbers. Two numbers, no. But two numbers and a number, it's okay. A word and a number, that's also okay. Two words only, that's also okay. But two numbers are not okay.
All right. So okay. 20 counts as one number or two numbers?
20? That's 20. It's not two digits. He's not saying two digits. He says number. Number is different from digits.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, here for the second part, it's about gallery marketing. Gallery marketing. What happens here? Let's do a kind of skimming through the question to predict the answer. For gallery marketing, the place to get information about museums and galleries in England at. So he's asking here about the place where you can get information about museums and galleries in England. At what? Research methods. Research methods. Space, questionnaires, or emails. Or for 22, he's talking about three methods of doing research. Questionnaires, emails, and what? What is the third method? For the total respondents, the total people who responded to the survey, how many they were, or were they? How many people responded to the survey? So it's a number of people here. That compare the objects of fair male and female. That compare the objects of a space fair, male and female. What's the meaning of the word fair? What's fair?
The word like the meaning of justice.
الشهرية كده يعني.
No, fair here. No, the other word is F-A-R-E. The word you are talking about is F-A-R-E, but this is F-A-I-R. Fair here means like an exhibition, a showroom, or exhibition, or event, or a competition.
Wow.
Something like we say book fair.
Or science fair.
Maybe it's a name of a fair, male and female. So again, for 21, we are looking for the place we get information about museums and galleries. And for 22, it's a method of a research. And for 23, that's a total number of people. And for 24, it's a name of a fair. Okay, let's listen
to part 2. Part 3.
You'll hear a conversation between students, Anne and David, about gallery marketing. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now listen carefully and answer the questions 21 to 24.
Anne, we really need to get working on this gallery marketing assignment. We've only got 2 weeks left until the end of the month to set up.
Right, so how about getting started now? We need to work through the instructions.
Well, we must search for one area from tourism industries, like the museum or gallery. There are lots of sites online.
What are they about?
The National Science Museum, the History Museum, the War Museum, the Tate Modern Art Gallery, and so on.
You got more?
We've got plenty.
I've got an idea to find out the best comment. Coming this Friday, we'll get more information at the London Museum because it shows all the visitors' guidebooks of museums or galleries in the UK. It also runs a small workshop about non-profit tourism industries marketing.
Great.
So after visiting there, we have to use research methods, such as telephone interviews, questionnaires on the street, or sending out emails.
Actually, we don't have a choice. We have to send the email.
Right, we don't have to waste time deciding among them. By the way, how do we get the responses?
Let's contact the London Museum's Information Centre. Actually, it may be helpful to us to collect data through a head course leader.
How many people do we have to interview?
Well, we have to split into 3 groups. And it looks like we have to interview 30 people for each group.
So 90 altogether then. It depends on the ages too, right?
That's right.
So are they all the requirements?
Yes, looks like it.
Firstly, which part are we going to choose? My preference would be a modern art gallery, since that's where I spend most of the time.
I think you've got something wrong. I don't think there are abundant differences in the exhibitions there. I mean, you get young and old, man and woman, amateur and professional, all going to the galleries.
Right, so let's make it a ceramic exhibition then.
So basically, what 2 groups will we compare and contrast for that?
Male and female?
Absolutely. Also, most of my respondents like the same ceramics as me. Also, I think different age groups could be changed to highlight differences.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation.
Okay. Before we hear the rest of the conversation, let's check this part. 421.
London Museum.
London Museum. Good job. Yes. 422.
Telephone interviews, questionnaires, and emails.
Telephone interviews. Set telephone interviews, questionnaires, and emails. For the total respondents.
Total response are 90.
90, yes. And what was the last word? What was the name of the fair? That's
ceramic.
Ceramic. It was ceramic.
Ceramic fair.
Yes, ceramic fair. Yes, ceramic fair. Good job. Okay, let's move on to the second part here. Again, write no more than 2 words. Here we are not going to write any numbers. We just write 2 words, no more than 2 words. You can write 1 word or 2 words, but no more than 2 words and no numbers here. Ceramics. Of the country chosen, ceramic of the countries chosen, ceramic of is a unique kind that the researchers are interested in. What do you think? What kind of information do you think is missing here? 25. What kind of information can we find 25? He says, of the countries chosen. So it's the name of a country. A name of a country here, I believe. I predict that. I predict it will be a name of a country here.
China or Egypt?
We don't know. It's a kind of a country missing here. Most probably.
They mostly talking about the top producers of the such object spoken about.
Okay. Anyway, that was 425. 426 on of ceramic. The destination is compared with artwork of the present time. So what kind of information is 26 here? On of ceramic, on a space of ceramic, the decoration is compared with artwork of the present time. The decoration is compared. Okay, do you see the word the decoration? The decoration is compared here. The decoration. Where do you usually find the decoration of something? Usually we find the decoration maybe at a specific part of the object. So for 26, it's related to the decoration of the ceramic. Okay, for 27, the natives made the ceramic from, like mountain, basement, and the bottom of the lake. The natives made the ceramic from. That's easy. That's easy to predict.
Clay.
It's a kind of the source from which they made the ceramic. The source from which they made the ceramic. That's what I predict here in 27. The source of the ceramic. And for 28, the bottom of the lake from space plants. From space plants. The natives made various colors through the process of space plants. What do you think? What's missing here?
Kinds of plants.
Maybe a kind of plant or a certain shape of plant, something related to plant. Through the process of the various colors through the process. Various colors through the process. Process of what? Process of what?
Making ceramic.
Yeah, it's a stage of making a ceramic. The process here most probably refers to a stage of creating or making the ceramic. The tons of ceramics were used by. The tons of ceramic were used by. Here it's talking about those who used the ceramic for 30.
Oh, the natives.
Maybe those who used the ceramic. So right now we have practiced prediction. Let's listen and try to get the answers.
You have some time to look at the questions, 25 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 25 to 30.
I think you're right. I'll take some comment. The age groups are teenagers, 20s, 30s, 40s, and over. What do you think about this?
Great. That will give us more detail.
So how about the kind of ceramic they like? Let's give them some options and then we can just tick boxes.
Okay, let's have Asian, European, African. What else? Something special?
Well, we should include the Incas in Peru. Some people like this style, you know.
Okay. And then we should know about their understanding of ceramics.
They can learn about that thanks to a gallery curator who can inform them about the patterns and markings through picture and local clay.
I'm curious about how they were made. I mean a process with painting and things embedded on the surface. At that time, the equipment and materials were not good, compared with the present day.
I agree. We should also include an earthen vessel, of course.
Right. The next step could be about where they were actually from.
They were made from local clay, weren't they? Things such as mountain, lake, basement, and so forth.
I think so. One more thing is the colour on the bottle. How did the ancients get the tone?
On the internet, it said they got it through dried plants. They were working again to make a tone, drying and sorting.
Okay, I see.
To get more hard tone, they included other strong herbs or something.
At that time, the colours were used by the rich with property.
Great. You've got plenty of data, David.
No, it's just beginning. We have to look for something special with more details and history for the presentation next week.
Okay. Of the chosen, what was the country they talked about for which the ceramic is unique? What was? Peru, yes. Peru, yeah, correct. Peru.
Was the capital
on of the ceramic, the decoration is compared with the present time.
The surface.
Surface, yes, good job. The natives made the ceramic from?
That is the end of part 3.
Local
You now have 30 seconds to check your answers to part.
Okay, from what? What did they make?
Local clay.
Local was local clay. And from plants.
Dried plants.
Dried. Yes, dried plants. The process of
drying and sorting.
Sorting. The process of sorting. Yeah, sorting. And who used the ceramic?
The rich.
The rich. Yes, rich people. Used by rich people, yeah. That was the answers here. Okay, now we move to the last section, which is section 4. It will be like a long conversation by just one person. He is going to give a lecture, and you have to follow the lecture for maybe like 5 minutes, I think, and try to find the information you need. First, let's do the same steps that we have done throughout the previous exercise. For section 4 here, let's have like a look about it to draw like a mind map of the exercise in our minds. It's talking about waste issues in the UK. So the lecture will be about waste issues in the UK. 31, the waste collection in the UK compared to other European nations. The waste collection in the UK compared to other European nations is lower or more or okay. 432, what did the local government do to reduce waste? What did the government do to reduce waste? 433, what kinds of flea markets is in the UK? Flea markets. What kinds of flea markets are there in the UK? Again, if you have time to read all of that, but in fact, you will find it difficult, or you'll find yourself running out of time to read all of that for section 4. So at least stick to the stem of the question. At least stick to the stem of the question itself. What kind of flea markets is in the UK? What did the UK flea market vendors sell? What the flea market vendors sell? Do you know the meaning of the word the vendors? Who are vendors?
Merchants or sellers?
Yes, like sellers, like people who sell. Yeah, yes. What hindrance in opening more flea markets in the UK? Hindrance is like a problem. What problem is there for opening more flea markets in the UK? How much waste is recycled annually in the UK flea markets? How much waste is recycled annually in the UK? This is for the first part of section 4, section 3. Section 4, yes. It's the what?
3.
Well,
واللاعب مش هديني ولا مش عارفه ولا اشعر بدل
Part 4.
You'll hear part of a lecture given by a waste recycle management's professor. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
عندي كراسة بقى.
Now listen carefully and answer the questions 31 to 40.
Hi everyone. This morning I'm going to talk to you about flea markets in England. At first we were surprised to learn that only 15% of people here in England make an effort to collect waste. That is lower than other European countries. Also, it might be falling within a couple of years' time unless the government makes a severe regulation for industries and local residences. The UK government's target means that by 2012, we must decrease our waste emissions by 45% compared with 2000. Local councils can offer support to meet that target by taking part in the National Green Campaign and investing in local flea markets. Most of all, these markets reduce waste emissions from landfill sites. A flea market or swap meet is a type of bazaar where very cheap or second-hand goods are sold or bartered for. It may be indoors, like in a warehouse or school gymnasium, or it may be outdoors, like in a field or under a tent. The flea market vendors display the goods used on the table for selling, such as a few unwanted household items to operate commerce, including a variety of used living products. Many flea markets in European countries have food vendors who sell snacks and drinks to the visitors, and may be part of a small event such as carnivals or concerts. As part of our research, our team carried out a questionnaire with people in the local area. The results said we need to open more second-hand shops. However, one problem is that there is a lack of information and marketing. To solve the problems, local councils should invest and support in flea markets by doing things like creating parking space, organizing security, public promotions using the internet and other resources. We were also surprised to discover how waste such as furniture, computers, kitchen tools, and other such things are reused. And wooden furniture or electronic products are easy to recycle because they can be reused over and over again without becoming weaker. Around 3 million electronic goods are thrown away per year. Also, around 500,000 pieces of furniture are also disposed of. Only 1/5 is collected and fortunately recycled through many local flea markets. In 2009, there were around 3,000 flea markets in England. The number is increasing steadily so far. Surprisingly, by collecting under 15% of old books, lots of paper is imported, so more paper can be recycled in the UK. Europe recycles 50% of its paper, and Germany recycles 80% of its paper. When recycling launched, there were quality problems, so it was so hard to reuse paper in office sheets. However, these problems have now been solved, and Union of the Flea Markets based in East London produces high-quality recycled paper. Another union, Loving Paper, currently sells the paper that has been through a sorting process to farmers or gardeners as fertilizer. So, to sum up, there seems to be a number of activities that enable people to reuse waste, but the substantial problem is encouraging people to think twice about taking their waste to a flea market instead of throwing it away. I think the recycling program will make us save materials and protect the environment in future. And next, I'll show the plan for promoting it.
Okay, for section 4, all of the questions, the 10 questions are in just one go. You know, as we have seen in the previous sections, it was divided in like a first part of the section, second part of the section, but here for section 4, you listen to the whole, you hear the whole conversation all the way through with no stop or no pauses at there. Okay, so let's get back to what did you get out of...
That is the end of part 4. You now have 1 minute.
The waste collection in the UK compared to other European nations. That was an easy one.
Lower.
Lower, yes.
C.
What did the local government do to reduce waste?
Support green campaign and flea markets.
Support a green campaign and flea markets. What kinds of flea markets is in the UK?
Indoors
and
outdoors.
Indoors and
We also
outdoors.
had open fields, but we also had open fields shown in the answers.
That means indoors and outdoors. Open fields
means mountains.
Open fields is like outdoors.
I don't know, but I'm wondering.
Okay, what about the open fields refers to outdoors? What about indoors? Yeah, if you choose letter C, what about the indoors?
I didn't choose letter C. I was just asking.
Yeah, okay. So for 8 indoors and outdoors, it will include all of this. What did the UK flea market vendors sell? Sell what?
B. Unwanted household
Items.
products.
Unwanted household
Unwanted
products.
household products. They sold unwanted household products. What hindrance? What was the problem of the UK?
To C.
C. Information and marketing.
Lack of information. He said lack of information, which is information is deficient.
A.
And what for 36?
20.
He said
Since it said 1/5.
1/5. Yes, he said 1/5. They recycle 1/5. How much is 1/5?
20%.
20%.
That's 20%. Choose 2 letters for 37 and 30. Could you get it?
No,
Could you
actually.
do it?
No.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
Sell
Okay.
paper to farmers as
I'm
fertilizer.
going to replay. I'm going to replay. Okay, wait, guys, hold on. I'm going to replay that last part again for you. But let's which two solutions in handling the recycling? We will see. Just hold on. In handling the recycling problems of office paper in the UK, 2 solutions of handling the problems of office papers in the UK. And for 3934, which 2 reasons are encouraging UK people to reuse waste? Which 2 reasons are encouraging UK people to reuse waste? How can we encourage people to reuse waste?
Saving
waste
waste
affects furniture, computers,
and environmental protection.
of bazaar, where very cheap or second-hand goods are sold or bartered for. It may be indoors, like in a warehouse or schools should invest and support in flea markets. By doing things like creating parking space, organizing security, public promotions using the internet and other resources. We were also surprised to discover how waste such as furniture, computers, kitchen tools, and other such things are reused. And wooden furniture or electronic products are easy to recycle because they can be reused over and over again without becoming weaker. Around 3 million electronic goods are thrown away per year. Also, around 500,000 pieces of furniture are also disposed of. Only 1/5 is collected and fortunately recycled through many local flea markets. In 2009, there were around 3,000 flea markets in England. The number is increasing steadily so far. Surprisingly, by collecting under 15% of old books, lots of paper is imported, so more paper can be recycled in the UK. Europe recycles 50% of its paper, and Germany recycles 80% of its paper. When recycling launched, there were quality problems, so it was so hard to reuse paper in office sheets. However, these problems have now been solved, and Union of the Flea Markets based in East London produces high-quality recycled paper. Another union, Loving Paper, currently sells the paper that has been through a sorting process to farmers or gardeners as fertilizer. So, to sum up, there seems to be a number of activities that enable people to reuse waste, but the substantial problem is encouraging people to think twice about taking their waste to a flea market instead of throwing it away. I think the recycling program will make us save materials and protect the environment in future. And next, I'll show the plan for promoting it.
Okay. For which 2 solutions handling the recycling problems of office papers in the UK?
A and C.
A and something else. I didn't really catch.
A, manufacturing high quality paper, yes. And he said in the conversation, sorting. He said sorting the paper. Sorting. What does the word sorting mean?
Fertilizer.
Sorting is a synonym for what?
That is the end of part 4.
No, it's like putting paper through a sorting process.
Sorting means classifying paper before selling. Classify is a synonym for the word sorting.
But they said sell to gardening as fertilizer.
How to what?
They said selling to farmers and gardeners as fertilizer.
No, they are not going to sell paper as fertilizers. They're going to making it again, manufacture it so that it can turn into fertilizers. But they cannot sell the paper itself as fertilizers for farmers.
All right.
It will go through into a process of manufacturing first, then will be sold to farmers as fertilizers, but not as paper. Which two reasons are encouraging UK people to reuse waste?
B and D.
B and
Save, yes, B and environment, protect the environment. That's a good job. Okay. Again, let me remind you that it's not shame at all to miss some of the questions here, because more or less in real tests it will be almost impossible for you to answer all of the questions correct, because some of the questions here are targeting those who are aiming at band 8.5 or 9 out of 9. For the questions targeting 8.5 or 9 out of 9, that's really challenging and really difficult. So take it easy. If you miss some of the questions here, it's okay. You can miss like 3 or 4 questions out of all the tests, that's okay. If you miss 3 or 4 out of all the listening test, you still can get a score like 7.5 or even up to 8. So you will still get a good, a good score. Still, you can get it.
Is it also lab for English scores? I use the security feature with cameras, mics, etc., etc., and I got 555. That's basically an advanced, way above my grade, way above my age.
Fine, thanks. Okay, that was for the first part of our section. Okay, so now we finish with the listening part and we move to the speaking part. But before I finish with the listening part here, I'm going to send you the material so that you can go over it again at home. Okay, let me just open the WhatsApp group for you here. I'm sending for you the audio, okay, the audio file and the tape script of the text of the conversation, so that you can go over it again and read it at home. Okay, fine?
Fine.
Let's move on to the speaking section. Okay, for the speaking, we move on to the speaking right now. But before we start our speaking, let's get an idea about the rubrics they evaluate your, or the examiner evaluate your speaking. how do the rubrics, how do the examiners evaluate your speaking? Let's have a quick look first. In fact, your speech will be evaluated based upon 4 factors: fluency and coherence, lexical resources, grammatical range, and pronunciation. What does it mean? For fluency and coherence, that's the most important thing in an IELTS speaking test. You have to elaborate your answers. You have to speak. The examiner is there not to speak, but to listen to you. So you are the speaker. Whenever you get a question in a speaking test, you have to speak and you have to give prolonged speech. You have to draw on your speaking. Give as much details as you can. But some people will give just short answers. If you give short answers, in fact, your score will not exceed 5, maybe 5 out of 9. If you would like to reach a score 7 or more, you have to give elaborated answers. Give as much details as you can. That's the first part, fluency and coherence. Fluency means being able to give a prolonged speech for at least 2 minutes and using the linking words, and we will see that in the course. We'll see this linking. We will learn about the linking words in the course. That's the first thing. Okay. So for those targeting 7, speak at length without noticeable effort. Speaks at length without noticeable pauses in your speech. Now, lexical resources. For lexical resources, it's using advanced vocabulary if you can do that. Using advanced vocabulary if you can do that. That's why I have assigned the Collins vocabulary for you to study at home. You need to still use academic words as much as you can. But if you cannot use academic words, it's okay to use, if you find it difficult to use academic words and that will affect your fluency, sacrifice the academic word in favor of fluency. Fluency is more important than any other criteria for the speaking test. Fluency, which is being to give a speech, prolonged speech without noticeable pauses, is the most important factor here. If you can combine fluency with lexical or academic words, here you will give your score a push up. Then you need to use grammatical range of compound and complex sentences. What we mean here, do not give just short answers or simple sentences. Try to use a variety of sentences. What does that mean? Let me give you an example here to show what I mean by using advanced grammar. What if you asked me about my work and I said, you are asking him about my work, and I said, I go to school every day. Full stop. I wake up at 7 o'clock.
هي 7 almost.
7 o'clock. It's missing a comma here. So missing a apostrophe here, sorry. I wake up, I finish at let's say midday. What do you think of this kind of a sentence structure?
Bland, dull, and could lose you some grades.
Yeah, for sure here that's a band like band 5 because you are using very simple sentences. You are not using compound or complex sentences, very basic sentences. That's a band 5, around band 5. But if you say, actually, I wake up at 7, have my breakfast, after that I drive my car to work.
الصوت ضعف معلش.
After that I drive my car to work, where as I work as a teacher, as I work as a teacher and a language School.
Tutor.
After that, I drive my car to work as I work as a teacher in a language school. During my day work, I teach and let's say supervise a group of students who are applying for universities and so on. If you say something, actually, here what happens here when I say actually I wake up and what happens here? Here bring more details. Here the second attempt you elaborate your answers, you give much details. And in the second one, I use like compound and the complex sentences, which is here, for example, during my work, I teach a group of students who are applying for university. This is called a complex sentence. So for the second attempt, the answer is more elaborated and a variety of grammar is there. We have simple sentence and complex or compound complex sentences there. But in the first attempt, all of them were just simple sentences. For that simple sentence, you can only get 5 in that score of Ielts. Okay? So here you need to use a variety of grammar. Active and passive, use present perfect. It's really important to use present perfect when you give a speech in Ielts. And the pronunciation, for sure you know the pronunciation, but here for the pronunciation, what's the difference between pronunciation and accent? Is the accent important in Ielts test? Is it important for you to sound like native speakers, British or American people?
No, yes.
In fact, no, yes. No. For the accent, not important to sound like, you're not important at all to sound like native speakers, because if you can do that, that's okay. That's fine if you can do it. But if you cannot do it, no punishment for that. The only punishment will be for the pronunciation. Pronunciation means when you pronounce a word in a wrong way that can lead to misunderstanding. To give you an example, how do you pronounce a word like this word? How can you pronounce this word?
Red.
Red.
Is it red?
Yeah.
That's red.
Okay, that's red. This is the word that's pronounced red.
Red. This is red.
Yes, that's red. But the first word is red. The first word is red. Red. And the second one is red. So take care here. Take care of the pronunciation of the word red. It's not red. So if you pronounce red like red, here you may lose. That's a pronunciation. That's a pronunciation problem, and you may lose marks here.
You could sound Nigerian for all I care, but you must have a good pronunciation of words.
Anyway, pronunciation means you pronounce the word in a wrong way that can lead to misunderstanding. But what if I said this word? What if I said red? What do you think, red? Is it okay or not? Red.
No, it's not okay.
Not okay. Red is not okay. Why it's not okay here for you?
Because red can be the color red. Also, the verb.
I do not say red. I do not say red. I say red. Red.
Well, like that. This is the word of the past simple of read.
In fact, red is fine. No problem with that. If you pronounce it red, because it's still here the vowel, the e vowel is pronounced correct. Red is okay, and no problem with that. But the difference between red and red here is accent difference. In the first word, I said red with ra. The R sound is ra. That's accent, not pronunciation. And in the second word, I said red with R, like the Arabic R. Here, it's not a matter of pronunciation, but it's a matter of accent, and it's acceptable. No problem with that. So red is okay. Red is better, but more or less these are accents and no punishment for that. The punishment is for pronunciation, not the accent. Okay? Okay, so to sum up, the most important thing in order for you to get a good score in speaking in IELTS, you need, first thing is to maintain fluency of your speech without noticeable pauses. That's the most important criteria. And try to use like a variety of grammar structures, active and passive, compound and the complex sentences, and this kind of stuff. And take care of your pronunciation. And I'm not talking about the accent here. Okay? For those, for score 5, for score 4, for those who score 4 on the speaking test, they cannot respond without noticeable pauses. They have noticeable pauses in their speech. They have like long pauses in their speech looking for words. That's a problem. For their vocabulary is able to talk about familiar topics but can only convey basic meaning on unfamiliar topics and makes frequent errors in the word choice. Produce basic sentences, forms. They use only simple sentences. They do not use compound or complex sentences. They have mispronunciation. They pronounce words in a wrong way, leading to misunderstanding. That will lead them to score 4 out of 9 here. So these are the criteria of assessing or evaluating as a candidate in a speaking IELTS test. Okay, let's get back to our textbook. Okay, for the textbook here, changing and consequences.
Sorry, Mr. Roddy, you're lagging.
Then
I can't hear you.
Your voice is buffering.
we'll discuss these questions together. Quickly have a look at them. What about Hassan?
Yes.
Okay, can you just read the script here, the caption here, under the first picture?
I can see that.
Stop sharing. Your screen stopped sharing.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, sorry guys. A moment, please. Why didn't you tell me guys before?
We just told you.
Okay, sorry. Is it okay for you right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Hassan, go ahead.
Okay. A room available in large central apartments in return for looking after pets. A general duty must be reliable, tidy, and non-smoker. Would suit a female student. Studio available, £400 a month, or what?
First one is room available. Room available in large general duties, must be reliable, tidy, and non-smoker. Would female student. That's the first room. The second part is studio available at 400 sterling a month, excluding bills. 20 minutes by train from city, excluding bills. 20 minutes by train from city. Single occupants only. Single occupants only. And the question here: is rented accommodation expensive where you live, and why? Think about rented accommodation where you live. Is it expensive or not, and why? How can students be helped with the accommodation when they move away from home? When you move away from home as a student, how can you help with accommodation? Which accommodation above would you apply for and why? Which accommodation of these you prefer and why? Okay, I'll give you like 1 minute only to prepare your thoughts, to be ready. Then I'll choose someone to share or communicate his ideas with us. Okay.
You're muted. Oh wait, he's not even saying anything.
Okay, I was just giving you time to prepare your thoughts because it's me who's going to hear you, to listen to you. Okay, let's have Salsabil.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Question. Are the accommodations expensive in my place? I think no. Depends on two things. Regardless, the difference in the currency between the book and here in Egypt, we are like an average about $200 a month. So it's cheaper than than it seems for the book, for the person who wrote the book. The second reason is okay, depending on the average here in Egypt, I live in a rural area, so people, when they came here to visit, they came here for not living. They came here for just sitting for 2 or 3 days. So the rent here is very cheap comparing to the average renting prices here in Egypt.
Great. Yes. Thank you very much for that. You have just given much detailed or elaborated answer, so that's okay. In order to give a chance for other people, I'd like to take who else? Let's have Malik.
So I should answer the question,
My
right?
question for you: which type of accommodation would you prefer? The first picture or the second one?
I think the first one, since it's actually tidy and it may be like more fitable for me. And sir, should I answer the questions like the A, B, C?
You should answer the question in the form of a conversation. You are just giving information, expressing yourself. Yeah, you can say for many reasons. The first reason is so on, the second reason, and so on. Yeah, you can do that.
So maybe because the
I'm
other one.
I'm asking you about the third part, which is what kind of accommodation would you prefer? The first picture or the second one?
Oh, the first one. Since the second one, it may be a little expensive, and obviously I won't take a train for every time I want to go to the studio. But the first one may be suitable for me, and like it's more like my type. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your answer, but take care of the pronunciation of the word tidy, because here you mispronounce it as saying tiddy. Here you lose marks. In fact, that's tidy and not tiddy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else would like to share?
I prefer the studio because I'm broke.
Okay, go ahead. You're broke. You don't have much money, so you prefer the studio. Okay, explain more. Give more details. Elaborate. Give more elaboration.
Also, it's way cheaper when it comes to repairs, adding furniture, because I'll have to pick, let's say, smaller furniture, and the smaller the cheaper. Also, it's more private.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Who else, guys? Yusuf? Yusuf, you're raising your hand.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would actually prefer the first one. It's tidy. It has rules such as no smoking, etc. These actually help accommodate my natural and tidy character and my strict characteristics about how places should be and organization. I must tell you that honestly I prefer more tidy places with natural sunlight and actually no smoking, and places with a lot of rules such as no smoking and other rules that could affect how life goes, so I
Fine.
could live a better, more accommodated life.
Great. Thank you very much for that elaborated answer. Okay, thanks. I think Hassan raised his hand. Okay.
No, I didn't.
Sorry, I couldn't get you, Hassan. Okay. Let's move on to the second exercise here. Complete the sentence from A to G with the words in the list. We have some words here: shared house, studio, farmhouse, house, flat, bungalow, penthouse, tourist house. And we need to fill in the blank there. But before we go any further, do you know the meaning of the word bungalow? Do you know bungalow? No. How can define the word bungalow or describe a bungalow?
I think it's a house in Indonesia. I don't remember much.
Not necessarily Indonesian. It's
No,
some parts of the world.
It's like a small house kind of
It's a
thing.
house with one floor.
Okay. Do you see the pictures here?
It's a separated house.
Okay, can you see the picture on my screen?
Yeah.
These are bungalows. Okay. What about penthouse?
It's the top floor of the building.
Yeah, it's on the top of a high building. Penthouse is like on the top, on the roof of a high building.
We're mostly high-profile people.
Okay. What about tourist house? Tourist house.
A
house
buildings
for
connected together.
Made for tourism.
Okay, for a tourist house, it will be like, let me show you. It will be a part of houses which look similar or identical throughout the whole street. Do you see this house that looks typically like each other? Can you see them? Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
These are the tourist houses. These are the tourist houses. Okay, let's get back to fill in the questions here. I need someone to do letter A for us. Read aloud letter A and choose the right word. Let's have Hatem.
Sorry, but when you said tourist houses, I heard tourist houses.
No,
Can you
tourist,
elaborate on the
tourist,
pronunciation?
tourist house. It's a tourist house. Tourist house.
Yeah, I
Hatem,
also read tourism.
Hatem, are you there? Hatem is not there. Okay, Mahmoud.
Yes.
Are you there, Mahmoud?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, read letter A.
I'd love to live in a space on the top floor of a tower block.
Okay. On the top floor, what do you think?
A flat.
Penthouse, maybe?
No,
Yes,
penthouses
that's
are.
penthouse. That will be penthouse, correct? Yes. That will be a penthouse. Because on the top floor, that's a penthouse. Okay, Mahmoud. Ala. Go ahead with letter B, Ala.
On by hand country, I live in capital and a station server.
Detached.
Cat.
Detached.
I don't know.
You don't know. That's a detached house. Do you know the meaning of the word detached house? Detached house, yes. What's the meaning of detached? Detached house, what's that?
Each house is separated from the other.
Separated from the others and has no neighbors. A detached house is a house that has no neighbors. It's away.
For
It's standing
example,
away.
a castle. So a castle is always a detached house because it has no neighbors and is not connected to anything.
Yeah, and some people like to live in detached house away of the other neighbors and away of people. They prefer to live alone. That's a detached house. Okay, thanks, Ala. Hagar. For letter C.
Yes, I can't afford to live in a large flat, so I am renting a small, maybe flat or studio. I don't know.
Studio.
Not
He
sure.
said, I can't afford to live in a large flat. What is the opposite of a large flat?
Yes, studio.
Studio, yes.
Thank you.
Joiria.
Yes.
My parents? Letter D.
My parents live in a remote two-story space on a mountainside farmhouse.
A remote two-story farmhouse on a mountainside. Yeah, as long as it's on a mountainside, that will be maybe a farmhouse which is two-story, yes. Farmhouse on a mountainside. Okay, Omar. Letter E.
So my grandmother can't climb stairs and hates lifts. So she lives in a bungalow in the suburbs.
Yes, she lives in a bungalow in the suburbs. Correct. Let's have Malik. Malik or Hatim.
Oh, hello. Number F.
Yeah, letter F, yeah.
My host family live in a red brick space right in the middle of a long row.
In the middle of a long row. In the middle of a long row. What's that?
It's like a tourist house.
Yes, that's a tourist house. A tourist house, correct. There are 6 of us living together in a student area of town. I get the answer from Salsabil.
In a shared house. Okay, there are
Yes,
6 of us
you're
living
living
together in a shared house.
in a shared house. Okay. Add extra information to 4 of the sentences in exercise to using 1 to 4. What you are going to do right now is we need to elaborate the previous answers, adding any of the information here. So you are going to pick up any letter here in a sentence here and try to add extra information to it from these 4 sentences. Maybe with spectacular views of the city, especially at night, with lots of open fields around them and plenty of fresh air, which has a kitchen, bedroom, living room, all in one. It suits me fine, which you can get a bit noisy if all our friends are around. So again, pick up any sentence from the previous exercise from A to G
Can
and
I ask you
add
one?
a sentence from exercise 3. Okay, who can start?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
I live in a shared house with my parents, with a spectacular view of the city, especially at night, where the lights of the city show. We have a lot of fresh air in the house. We have a kitchen, a bedroom, a living room, and my parents' separated bedroom. Well,
Thank you very
also,
much.
we have a big bathroom, and we our house could get a lot of noise, especially at night where arguments around us happen.
Great, thank you very much for that elaborated answer. Okay, who else?
Me? I think first one.
Okay,
Okay, I think first one is better for the penthouse because it's on the top floor, so we can see the night much better. I think also lots of open fields around. It's better for the farmhouse because the farmhouse is open doors to the views around it. So number two will be better for the I think.
thanks. Who else? Hmm. Guys, practice your language. Practice speaking your language.
I want to volunteer.
Go ahead, yeah.
So where's that material, the material that we would use?
You are supposed to have printed it. That's it.
Okay, so which has a kid. Perhaps we live in an apartment we live in a terrace house near our neighbors and family. So our house is pretty God, I get a lot of thoughts. It's just randomness. I can't organize my thoughts.
Anybody else would like to share? You said that you can speak out your thoughts or something like that.
So since we live in a terrace house, we we're pretty close to our neighbor's family, which is good and sometimes bad at the same time. The the size of the house is kind of moderate and a bit modest. It has a kitchen, a bedroom, and a living house all in one. No, let me regenerate it. So I do not use AI. I just say it. Basically, I'm
Never
saying
use
it in.
thoughts.
Okay, so since I live in a studio, sometimes I suffer from that. Sometimes I notice that the area is the size of the accommodation is a bit, let's say, is a bit suffocating. But it has a kitchen, a bedroom, and a living room, all in one. It suits me. It suits me well since I don't need to pay a lot. I don't need to pay huge bills. Also, it's cheap and it has a good view on the city. So that's a good deal.
Okay, guys, because we are running out of time, we have to stop by now because it's almost, it's 2 o'clock right now. This was just the first session. We have much effort to do. My advice for you is to stick to the study plan that I have shown you in the start of this session.
Can I ask one question?
I'm going to send that again for you quickly. Yes, go ahead. What's your question? Okay, Hassan, what's
I
your
got one
question?
question.
The what?
The videos, elaborated videos, are they session based, where one video per session, or
That's
are
a
they
course. That's
one
a
video
complete
per
course.
day?
That's a complete
To
course,
complete the
Hassan.
course, we
We
make
are
one video.
following a complete. One video for what? Each session will be recorded.
Oh, so for every session, we would make a video
Yes.
about.
Yeah, that's it.
Good. So I make my video like and submit it at the Google Classrooms at night.
Yeah. For each, you are talking about the recorded speaking homework, isn't that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Each topic will be just once you record a topic, send that one by one.
Okay. So the only homework is one video, right?
One video, and there are other assignments I'm going to share with you right here. Okay.
All right.
Do you remember that file I started with, the study plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to check it, and you'll find all the information, all the material you need. Your homework is to do day one of that study plan. Your homework is to do study plan, day one of that study plan. For the recorded or the speaking topic you are going to talk about where would you like to live, or the kind of accommodation that you would like to live in. This should be your recorded topic for the day.
So we would do the same thing we did in the session, but we would do it as homework, correct?
Yes, or the other suggestion, if you don't like to repeat the same ideas you talked about here, I can assign another one for you.
Good.
Do you see page 10? Can you see page 10?
Yeah.
Okay, discuss familiar topics. You can talk about that. Exercise 4 here on page 10.
Okay.
What kind of stuff did you grow on? Where would you like to live, and so on?
Sure.
Any other questions, guys?
Since my father joined the WhatsApp group, I can add myself. Is it allowed to add myself?
You have to discuss that. You have to discuss that with the group admin, or I think with we have Miss Salwa here, the organizer of the initiative. Can contact her.
Of the initiative? Okay. Based on that, I'll talk with her.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
bye, and don't forget to do your homework. See you on Wednesday, inshallah. The homework is check WhatsApp group, and do the assignments of day one.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Gracias.
Bye.